Welcome to Catoni Entertainment. I'm Chris.
And I'm Bree.
And we're sitting on opposite sides of the computer today.
Yeah, we flopped our positions.
Well, we did some reorganization of the game room, did some cleaning up, and now we're painting Iron Man from Marvel Crisis Protocol's starter box.
Do.
Anyway, this episode's sponsored by High Voltage Wear. Check out High Voltage Wear on Etsy, link in the description. It's it's something. You don't have a logo for it yet, do you? You don't have
I'm currently working on it.
We're working on a slogan for it. High Voltage Wear. You'll wear metal pieces and jewelry. Anyways, cool stuff for geeky people. Check it out.
Wow.
Painting Iron Man. We're starting with bright red. In this case, we are using the Vallejo Game Color Scarlet Blood Red. As per usual, we're doing this the comic book style. Iron Man was actually supposed to come out last week. Due to some random audibles, we ended up doing a couple Power Rangers videos for our upcoming Age of the Grid video that we definitely played already, and we'll be doing it soon.
What he said.
Vallejo Game Color Sun Yellow for the next part of Iron Man. So I started by kind of looking at this model for Iron Man from Crisis Protocol and started by putting the yellow kind of where they did. And then I got bored of that and started putting yellow on them.
I mean, because, let's face it, at this point, Tony has so many different versions of this suit.
That was exactly my logic.
That one of them somewhere probably has yellow where you put yellow.
There's so many versions of the Iron Man suit that I'm sure this is one of them. So we'll deal with that.
Yeah.
Anywho, while we're doing the yellow on Iron Man here, just in some random spots, pick out some plates you like, make them yellow. Doesn't really matter which one. While we're doing that, reasons we're not doing a metallic red or a metallic gold or anything like that, as per usual, we're doing the comic book style in these figs. We're using the Vallejo paints pretty exclusively, with the exception of our ink at the end, which I know is not Vallejo. But in the meantime, I'm going to incredibly vaguely tease April. This is March 2022. If you happen to be watching this in the future, ooh, spooky, we might be dead. That's dark.
Wow! Who hurt you?
I mean, it's possible.
Wow!
People die. Anyway, if you're watching this in the future, this is March 2022. Electric Boogaloo. So when I say April, I don't mean the upcoming April to you if you're in the future, or the past if time is cyclical.
Nope. Whatever you had tonight, anyway, you don't need it anymore.
For April 2022, we're going to have just a big banger month going on. It's going to be nuts.
Yeah.
So here's kind of where I put the yellows, and I'm pulling out some of this dark sea gray, and we're pulling out this dead white here because we're actually going to put a splash of gray on our Iron Man.
In his nice little
on his hip thigh pad things going on here.
Hip thigh pads.
His hip thigh pads. April 2022, we are actually going to be putting down all of our Power Rangers videos, all of our Marvel videos, and all of our Hero Quest videos, and we're going to be focused on full army painting. It's going to be probably not a significant amount of tech. It's going to be more strategies for tackling armies and war bands.
Right.
And there's going to be some secret stuff going on through the month.
Secret stuff.
You're definitely going to watch every video. You're going to want to watch every video. It's going to be an awesome month for those of you who do war game. For those of you who want to get into war gaming.
For those of you who just like to listen to Chris and I's dulcet tones.
It's going to be the biggest month Catoni Entertainment's ever done. It's going to be awesome.
Considering we've been around for a little over a year,
I think it's almost 2 years at this point.
Oh my God, really?
Yeah, remember when I first started the channel, and then we had that random medical thing pop up, and I got out of it for several months, and we had to come back, and that's about when you joined.
That's true, yeah.
Anyway, it doesn't really matter. Point is, April 2022 is going to be baller. Check it out. Join us for that. I'll stop talking about that because now we're painting the arc reactors on Iron Man bright white.
Yeah, because, again...
Because it's going to lead us into deep sky blue.
Deep sky blue.
So... and Wolf Gray. So we've said this before. We don't want to put metallics on our Marvel Crisis figs. So we're doing comic book style. Now, comic book style will do like glowy effects.
Yeah.
So what we're doing is we took this deep sky blue, and the ratio is basically like 1 drop of this stuff to like 5 or 6 parts water.
Uh-huh.
We're making it extremely thin, and we're kind of painting it into the arc reactor. And once it's in there, we're even going back, kind of wiping off the brush. That's what I'm doing when I'm pulling it away here. I'm wiping it off. And we're going back and we're pulling a little more of the blue paint back off. So we actually want the white to shine through this. It's almost like a faux wash,
right,
to create a glowing effect on the arc reactors and his repulsors there. So I think it came out pretty cool. Looks pretty good in the final photo. This angle is a little far away. The wolf gray, kind of doing that kind of shiny sheen thing that we've done before.
The shiny sheen thing?
Yeah, just a couple streaks of this.
Which is different from the Charlie sheen
well,
thing.
the faux non-metallic metal.
Yeah.
We're not doing a true non-metallic metal, A, because I'm too lazy to truly learn that technique in the fullest, and two, in a lot of comic books. Now, there are some artists, especially like, blowout issues and whatnot, they'll do like a true non-metallic with the inking. I'm not going to go that far. We do, however, have this light yellow color. This is like a really like lemony yellow. It's like several steps brighter than his mask. And what we're doing is, you'll notice I'm holding Iron Man for the most part until exactly right then. I was holding him down against the surface I was painting on. And I was taking note of where the light was hitting him. And that's basically the only place I'm highlighting the yellow. So I did pick it up to bring it a little closer to me. But the highlighting is not a traditional style of highlighting. So I put him down again. I look where the light's hitting it, and that's all I'm hitting. Much like we did with Black Widow and
Right.
Black on her.
Right.
Because we want it to have kind of that effect of light hitting it rather than a traditional style of highlight. So that's what we're going on here. And the dog just brought me a bone. How nice of him. There you go. Have your bone back. Yeah, take your bone back. Go away.
He's like, oh, but mommy's scratching me.
Right here. I'll drop the bone.
Oh,
that was
there
the
you
bone.
go. That's our ASMR. Bone dropping.
There we go. I'm going to make a whole video. I was just dropping bones. So now, kind of once that's all done, we're going back to our Scarlet Blood, and we're adding in a fair amount of white. Now, you got to be careful when you do this step, because too much white will steal the redness away from it. And what's interesting is, especially in paints, red and white don't make pink.
They don't.
Red and white make...
Learned that the hard way.
I don't know, they make some kind of weird off orange that's just a disturbing color.
Good.
So you got to be careful with how much white you load up in there, but enough to make this red lighter, or if you have a lighter red available, use that instead if you're not using the Vallejos. All I have in the Vallejos as far as the bright reds is the Scarlet. I have some darker than that, but this is the brightest one I have, and I didn't want to go buy a new paint for just one model. So I added some white to it, and same thing. You'll notice I'm actually painting Iron Man on the surface this time, because I'm just trying to follow where the light is hitting it, and just putting just a little bit of the red on there. Not a traditional way to do a highlight in the slightest, but just something to kind of say, hey, light's shining down from above, because if you recall on the underside of these models, we do the black on the true underside where the shadow is going to be.
Yep.
It's not a fancy technique. It's not the world's greatest light source technique. It's a cheat technique is what it is. It's a simple way to get some variation without using kind of a traditional high point highlight that is worth a try.
And it will certainly make your models stand out.
It will absolutely. It'll give a you factor to your own models, which everybody always likes. So we've got our Vallejo black, and we've got our Vallejo natural stone, which is kind of a dark gray. We're painting the Great black. We've done this on other bases that share this same one. The Great gets painted black, and then we do the black gray over it for a little highlighting, and the rest of the base is going to be painted that stone gray, or that natural gray. So there's nothing fancy going on here. Nothing major. But we're almost wrapped up with Iron Man, as you can see already, which is going to bring us pretty close to the end of the starter box for Crisis Protocol, at least as far as the figures go.
Yeah.
We still have some more measurement widgets to do. We still have some more terrain pieces to do.
Yes.
This month,
terrain.
Well, this month is actually going to close out with, this is going to release on March the 9th. So it means March the 16th, we're going to be releasing a villain, the last figure in the box. On March 23rd, March 23rd, we're going to be releasing a widget. That actually leaves us one more March day to do a Crisis Protocol video. So
that was a really weird way you put that. One more March day.
One more March day. It's a song, probably.
Nope. Yeah. It's one more day is a song.
Yeah, one more March day. That's the original song.
No.
Yeah, it's Frank Sinatra and Eminem.
I hate you right now for even.
You don't think they would team up?
No.
I think they might team up. Frank Sinatra and Eminem, they'd team up.
Those are two people. No.
You're not a fun. So anyway, here's everybody's fun fact of the day. One of the most commonly stated symptoms for patients who have received the wrong blood type in a transfusion is an overwhelming sense of impending doom. So anyway, we put the acrylic ink and we ink it all up like we normally do. You've seen me do this in all the other videos. We're just getting into all the recesses, and Iron Man has a ton of them. That's kind of why I skipped out on this particular video, because Iron Man has more than most. But because he's got so many plates, it creates so much definition on Iron Man. As we bring him to a wrap-up, hopefully you don't have a sense of impending doom as we pull out our hex light in purple, paint the base with our purple, and we're going to wrap up Iron Man, and there we go. Our Crisis Protocol box is almost done. Our Crisis Protocol box is almost done. We've just got one more main model to go. We'll keep working on the accessories separately. Like and subscribe for more content. Hit that bell button for notifications. Check out the link in the description below for high voltage wear. Otherwise, that's about all I got. We'll see you for some Hero Quest on Friday. We'll finish out March, and we'll get into our April extravaganza.
Woo! April extravaganza! Bye!